up? I'm your host, Jolie Live.
And I'm Kosarin, also live, and I'm here playing Pucker Up.
Kira?
Yes.
I'm so happy to have you on Pucker Up.
I'm excited. I mean, I'm terrified, but I'm excited.
I was going to say, how sensitive are you to sour candy?
I don't have an answer for you because I don't think I've had sour candy since I was like 8 years old on the bus. I have one very distinct memory of like the cool boys in school having warheads or whatever and being like, oh, try them, they're super sour. And I think I ate one and like acted tough about it, but I don't think I've had a sour candy since then, so we'll see.
This will be fun then.
Yeah.
Very much fun for me.
Certainly for you. That goes without saying.
To see your reactions. We have questions about your love life, about, your work life, your personal life. So we're going to find out the tea.
Let's do it.
Okay, start with level 1. Got to unpackage yourself. Just this one.
My poor tummy.
Did you eat before this?
No.
Cool. Okay. So, you do it all, but you also sing.
Mm-hmm.
If you could write one song right now to describe the state of your life right now, what would some of the lyrics be, and what would the title be?
It'd be called Sour, and it would go, why did I agree to this? I'm regretting my choices already.
I love that
This
song.
is the least sour?
That's level 1.
Okay.
Yep, we have to get to level 6. Don't forget.
It's sweet now.
Yep.
On the way here, I was like, how sour can a candy be? I was naive.
And again, that is level 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Any other song? Any other lyrics?
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
It's a quick one. You get more streams that way.
I'm gonna put music to it. It's just gonna be you on repeat, with a beat.
Perfect.
And it's gonna be your sounds from the sour.
Awesome. Love that.
Okay, but we kind of talked about it. You did just get back from vacation for New Year.
I did.
You went with your fiance.
I did. His family that we go spend Christmas with every year. It's very cute.
But you did get engaged recently.
I did. In Greece, of all places. Which is very cool.
And I know the story because you posted a TikTok about how you had mentioned, you kind of talked about it.
Yeah, of why it was in Greece.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very cute. So, 30 years ago, almost exactly,
That's insane.
My parents went to Greece. They went to Santorini specifically, and they made a video, an old family video, and the whole time they're talking to their future child. Mind you, my mother was not pregnant. My mother was nowhere near pregnant, but they just knew they wanted a kid one day, and the whole time they're calling me random names. They're like, future Jesse or whatever, this was your dad when he was young and hot, which weird, Mom, but okay.
Yeah.
But I watched that video when I was 12, and I was like, I want to go. And my dad said something to the effect of wait till you found your life partner. It's a very romantic place to go. And I kind of tucked it away, and I had a little pack of Santorini playing cards, and it was just always in the back of my mind as a honeymoon spot or something. And then Max and I, my fiance, we're trying to figure out where to go for our anniversary. And 10 days before we left, I was like, oh, we have to go to Greece.
We have
Finally,
to.
It's the perfect opportunity. We try to alternate between going on a bigger trip and a smaller trip every year. And we watched the video with my parents, and we rewatched it, and he was just oh yeah, obviously. So he planned the whole thing in 10 days, and it was absolutely incredible.
It low-key was manifested.
It was really, really cool, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So now I'm great, you planned the wedding. You did a great job with this. I'll just,
I'm gonna hand it off to you.
You handle it. I trust you.
Okay, so you thought that one was sour.
I did.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling I'm gonna come to regret that.
Okay, we'll move right along. Level 2.
I'm gonna go pink because it looks the least intimidating.
Yeah, and it's fun. I think it's a good color. So you are an executive producer on the Thundermans. So you have experience in that role.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to produce a film about your personal life, what bits and pieces would be seen in it, and what would not be seen because you just don't like putting it online?
It's an interesting question. Also, this feels much less sour than that one.
I mean, maybe it's a trick.
Ooh. Is that what you
Maybe.
rotated them around when we started? It's delicious, though. I'm enjoying it now. It's a good question. I feel like my first instinct was to be all the mentee bees, but then I get sad sometimes because I think my social media presence represents a part of me really authentically, but it doesn't show a huge side of me. And I think because everybody says that, but I think because I share so much online, people tend to think that they know me really well.
Right.
It's just that there's a lot I'm not sharing too. It's just that I'm sharing so much that people are like, oh yeah, that's everything.
Yeah.
Which I think is healthy. I used to be kind of sad that I didn't have the most authentic, everything about me online.
Right.
But, how much can you really show?
Yeah.
On Instagram, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I think if I were making a movie, I would try to show as much as possible, be authentic about it. But it's because it's a movie, so I could like tweak it and make it all fit.
What do you not show on social media that you might not really want people to know? So what would maybe make the movie but not the day-to-day?
If I'm not going to put it on social media, I'm certainly not going to talk about it right now. But nice try. You've been doing this for a while, and I appreciate the hustle.
Yep.
But I will not crack that easy. You're going to have to give me much sour or candy to make that happen.
Okay, I'll re-ask at 5 because then you might crack.
Great. Perfect.
And
that
I
was
won't
actually
wait.
delicious. Once the sour went away,
I know, sometimes
it's
I
pure
just
sugar.
eat them for fun.
Yeah, delish.
Because it is really, like, it is
I'm a
delicious.
little scared of that, though. The powder looks dangerous.
That blue one.
I'm
right
scared
there?
of this one, too.
That one's gonna be bad.
Oh, good.
You can't get mad at me.
Great. No promises.
Okay, so level 2, liked, enjoyed.
Yeah.
So should we go to level 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Have you had any guests who have just started like popping them like for fun?
Yes, but like to challenge themselves because it's been brutal. Okay.
Ooh.
So you
Oh.
are.
That one's bitter.
Yeah.
Oh.
It kind of bites. You are an engaged woman.
Uh-huh.
How did you meet Max?
Ooh.
And what is one love story that the internet doesn't know from your relationship with him?
Can I have some water?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
This is my trick. Just answer the questions after the sour goes away.
Yep.
Oh, I can feel it in my teeth. How did we meet? That's a very long story that I won't give you all the details of.
Okay.
Because I'm sorry. A woman's got to have some secrets. But the short answer is we met through a mutual friend who he went to college with.
Okay.
Yeah.
And well, how was your love life before you met him?
Casual
Yeah.
is maybe a good way to describe it. Yeah.
Were you looking for love?
You know what's funny? I wasn't like looking necessarily, but I did say to my mom, it was like top of the pandemic. Oh my God, my teeth are like ringing. I
Never heard that one before.
I said to my mom, like, I feel really sad that the world is shutting down because I feel like for the first time in my life, I feel really ready to meet a partner. But like it's COVID, so that went out the window. And then I like broke quarantine. I like got tested, and a group of friends and I like broke quarantine to go to the protests in June of 2020, and like we couldn't get home because the roads were all closed. And so one of the people who came with us to the protests was like, just come back to my place and wait it out. And he was one of the roommates at the house, and he opened the door, and I was like, hello, tall British drink of water, who are you? And then he started like cooking and like bringing us. He didn't know people were coming, but he just like started whipping up beautiful meals, and was like, "Oh, who are you?"
Oh.
Okay.
Actually, I really want to get to know you.
Yeah,
you're
interesting. And then we spent, I think, every day together for the next like 4 years. I mean, literally, like, no, but for the like next like 2 months, we just spent every day together. And then eventually, he moved in with me like a month and a half later. It was all very quick, but like it was. We knew very quickly. We were like, okay,
right, you're not just gonna do that with someone.
I don't know. I was like, okay, cool. If I had a checklist of like everything I wanted in a person, and there were like 100 things on it, you have all of them plus like 100 more that I didn't even know.
You know
I
how
wanted.
lucky
so
you
like,
are
cool.
to have someone check your list.
I talk about it all the time. It really is crazy. Like if you had asked me, I would have been like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna meet my forever until I'm like 40. Like
right.
Because I was like, I'm not gonna settle. I don't need a partner. I'm very happy on my own.
Yeah.
Like only child, very comfortable, just like hanging out with myself. And then accidentally met the love of my life at 22. At 22.
Were you kind of nervous though? Like, I'm 22.
No, I wasn't, because it didn't feel serious. It didn't feel like, oh no. It was just like, oh, this is the best thing that's ever happened. Plus, it was COVID, and so it was like everything was bad. And then all of a sudden, there was this like complete and total magic of just like this person and these like two people who I became like very good friends with, and it was just like heaven. I mean, I hate to say that because it was a terrible year for a lot of people, and don't get me wrong, the first like few months of it was really hard because I lived alone and it was bad. But at a certain point too, after my parents had gotten COVID and I was able to see them, we had been isolating from each other until they got it, and then I was like, all right, well, we've all had it now. We spent every day like in their backyard, so we were just like hang out by the pool, like get drunk and like have a nice time. It was good.
And he knew nothing about you, didn't know you.
Nope.
The friends didn't know nothing. He's just meeting you and you meeting him with knowing nothing, no knowledge of each other. Were you happy about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucked when I was falling in love and he didn't have an Instagram that I could stalk because that's like half the fun. What I did have was like, you know, he's a musician, and so there were like 4 posts on his Instagram or something, and one of them was like a song he had composed, and so I would listen to that over and over. And
oh my God.
The night that we met, I was putting out, it was like a release night song for me. Sorry, it was a release night for me. I had a song coming out that night, And so we all listened to it, and then he like showed me his most recent song, and the way I got his number was I was like, "Ooh, I like this. Can you send it to me? Like text it to me so I can listen to it later." So I like got his number by him sending me the song. So I did have this song that I just would play on like repeat just so I could hear.
Especially
his voice.
when you like have a crush. Like
I knows that.
Oh well.
Hi, baby.
Now he knows.
I think he probably knows.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's like a perfect little cute love story.
I know.
Like you actually nailed it. Like with that department of your life.
I know. It's really. I do feel a little bad about it because it's a little unfair. Everybody, all of our friends call us mom and dad. It's very cute.
And oh my gosh, and before you were just not even.
I was just mom.
Were you kind of like, okay, am I really gonna meet someone in LA? Because you were living in LA.
That's a really interesting question. I had never dated outside of LA really, except for like a long distance thing I had with a guy in New York. But like, I had never dated anywhere else, so I didn't really know like any different necessarily. I don't know. I never like had trouble dating. Like I was never on the apps. I was never like looking necessarily. I was always, first of all, I didn't have a life from 14 to 20 because I was on a TV show, which means I like woke up at 5, went to work, got home at 10 p.m., like ate myself and slept for years. Like I was had a lot to do when I finished the show of like turning into a real person.
You're like, what do I do now?
But yeah, no, literally, I had like my first love when I was like 16, and then like some random little things, and then
bam,
one like long distance thing that was like, oh, this almost worked, but it wasn't right. We weren't meant to be, and then bam, like my person. So yeah,
look at you. And no wedding date?
Not yet.
Okay, that's fine.
Or maybe, and I just can't tell you yet.
Yeah, maybe it's a secret. We'll get it out at level 4. Just kidding. Okay, these are sticky, so reach in.
Ooh, they're sticky. Yeah. What everyone wants to hear before putting something in their mouth.
Very sticky. Okay, let's see what 4 is. Okay, so you're gonna answer these.
You're a bad person.
Okay, sorry. So you're gonna answer these as Phoebe.
Oh, great.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
So, who would she marry?
Honestly, I'm like really focused on running the T-Force right now, so I don't know. I mean, like maybe one of Max's friends. I still think Oyster's really hot, but like I don't think that's ever gonna happen. So I don't know. Probably nothing.
Okay.
Did that sound like Phoebe?
You kind of nailed it.
People ask me, kids will ask me to do the Phoebe voice, and I don't think of having a Phoebe voice because I just spoke like me. But then I realized I just have to speak the way I spoke at 15, and I think that there's a lot of like, I'm up here, like, Max, come on. You're being so annoying. And then they're like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, that's the Phoebe range. Am I twitching?
Yep, your eyes. Right. I was like kind of distracted.
Yeah, it must be really hard for you.
Very hard for me. Who would you pair her with for real in real life? Who would she like have a crush on?
Well, like canonically, she has a crush on Channing Tatum, which I always thought was so funny because he's like 30 years older than her. No, not 30. But also the idea of like Phoebe watching. It's so funny. Okay, it's sweet now. Ooh, that's actually really yummy now.
As soon as this
terror powder is gone. Who would Phoebe be with?
Do you think
like
her type would be like your type in real life? I know you're engaged, but
I mean, I had a crush on almost every person they cast to play her love interest on the show, so yeah, probably. At one point or another. Now I'm like, wait, they all know that? I'm like, did I just out myself? No, I'm pretty sure I don't think I was subtle when I was 15.
You were cooped up. You had the crush was very out there.
I didn't get to meet anybody,
so
except for the people that they cast for me. So anytime there was a boy in the script, I was like, hi. How are you?
You say more.
Who would Phoebe be with? The problem that I'm having is that I can't answer that.
Yeah.
Because I know where Phoebe is now because we just shot the movie.
True.
But I can't say anything about where Phoebe is now because it will spoil the movie.
Just shot the movie.
I mean, honestly, I kind of always thought she and Link should have stayed together. Like, I thought that they made a lot of sense. Like, a little superhero couple, but alas, fate had other plans.
Okay, so we'll leave it at that.
Also,
not Channing Tatum.
Not Channing Tatum. I'm just not to shade the writers. Thundermans writers, you guys are brilliant, and I love you, and I owe my whole life to you, but I am going to call something out, which is that there was literally a joke in the beginning of the episode where they break up where the boyfriend, he's like super stretchy. He like goes to a bakery on the other side of the world and stretches his arm all the way in to like give her a donut that she's craving or something like that. And then they break up because he's moving. And I'm like, he can literally, I'm like, my dad can fly, my sister can teleport, like there are planes. Like, what are,
but you're actually gonna break up because apparently you can't handle distance
I'm like,
whatsoever.
realistically, I think Link just didn't like Phoebe that much and was using that as an excuse. Anyway.
We love men who just use excuses. Okay. What is one thing?
Do I have to eat more candy?
Not yet.
Oh, good.
What is one thing she would love about Kira?
Phoebe?
Yes.
Aw. My sense of humor, ostensibly, because like I infused a lot of my own personal sense of humor into her, and so I think we would probably make each other laugh.
Yeah.
I think I'm a lot cooler than Phoebe.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, don't tell me, that's between you and your God. But like, I think I'm a lot cooler than Phoebe. And so I think that she would be like,
She's cool.
you're cool. Yeah, because Phoebe is just like very dorky.
Yeah.
And it's endearing, hopefully. The goal is for it to be endearing. But she's very like, she's a little neurotic. And like, don't get me wrong, so am I, in my own ways. But yeah, I think she would be like,
She's cool.
she's cool.
Okay. And then, this might foreshadow the movie, so we'll see if you answer or not.
Okay.
But what would her life look like 10 years
When the show ended?
when the show ended?
Okay, well, so the show ended 6 years ago.
We have 4 more to go.
Or the finale aired 5 years ago, so we can say 5. And then we just shot the movie, which takes place like 3 years later.
Okay.
I think. They sort of squashed time a little bit. So let me think for a sec on where she ends in the movie without saying it. I mean, I don't imagine Phoebe is gonna stop like being a badass crime fighter. I think that she loves it genuinely and like enjoys being a superhero. She didn't at the beginning. I think she resented it a little bit as a teenager, but I think she's come into it as an adult. So she's probably in some very high-ranking position and power in one of the like superhero fighting leagues and trying to keep up a normal life at home. Like I think it's probably just 2.0 of the original series, but like now it's her trying to have like a family, a partner. I mean,
all grown up.
I always wanted her and Cherry to like move in together, but I think Cherry's on her own path. Cherry is busy doing Cherry things, so. Although they still totally could. I do think that would be very sweet if they ended up like living together in their 20s. That would be very cute.
And everybody also comments how it's ironic that you ended up with a Max.
Girl,
How did you do?
Girl.
How did you do that? What was going on
don't
there?
get me started. It's made my life harder than it should
Would
be.
you have
So-
ever thought about that?
No.
Ever.
Well, so there's like layers to why this is so weird. So the first one is that Jack, the actor, plays Max, the character of my character's brother. So when people say, "Oh, you're dating Max," is that your brother? First of all, I'm like, do you think I'm engaged to a fictional character? If they're like 5, I get it, which most of them probably are. So I try to be nice about it. But like, that's one layer. Second layer that's weird is that when Jack auditioned for the part, the character's name was Jack, and they changed it to make it Max. And also Jack has a dog called Max.
Okay.
And now there's my Max.
There's just too
and
many
like Max's
Maxes.
last name starts with a like it's hyphenated, but like if you use the first one, it starts with a T, so he's Max T. And like Max Thunderman was like Maxi T. Like it's just it's bizarre. It's made my life very confusing. It's made it very confusing for the fans. It's very, very strange. And it was really bad when we were filming. I kept switching their names up, which I was like,
Oh, I bet. He's like, sorry guys, I'm sorry. Just give me a minute.
Don't want to do that. I felt so bad every time I would like go to call one of them the other one. I'd be like, oh, because
sorry.
especially like I only know Jack as Jack. I would have never called him Max by accident until we were filming the movie, because then I'm literally calling him Max all day, every day on camera. So my brain like attached the name again.
I had to ask because I was like, I
lot of
wonder because I don't think you commented back to anything like that or just been like, no, I'm not engaged.
I used to make
that
videos
Max.
about it on TikTok. I used to reply to people and be like, nope, this is my boyfriend.
my Max.
This is the
mine."
fictional character of my brother played by a man named Jack. It's also more confusing because everybody thinks that Jack and I dated.
Yeah.
Set the record here straight. Never did. Never would for $1 billion. Like we do not, that would not happen. But it got put on Wikipedia somewhere when we were like 14 that we dated, and so other news outlets took it from Wikipedia thinking it was real, and so it's on like 15 websites on the world. It's like Kira Kosrain and Jack Griffith dated from 20 whatever, and I'm like no,
we did not.
But then when people see like, oh, she's dating Max, like
Oh, it must be the Max. Nope.
that was a very
different Max.
convoluted way to say it's been weird.
So yeah, to confirm, it's been
To
weird.
confirm, it's been weird.
Okay, we're already at level 5.
Oh my god,
Good luck.
these are like solid.
Heavy. Those ones are hefty duty.
My life is flashing before my eyes. Okay.
Okay. You're fine.
Mhm.
So,
I'm just not putting it on my tongue.
Yeah. Spill a Nickelodeon secret. In general, maybe it's not even related to your show, just the lifestyle of being on there. Okay.
Oh.
Not horrible.
That is heinous.
Okay. Not. It's passing. It's going.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You enjoying this? Is this fun for you?
I think that people will be commenting.
The feeling on my teeth is even worse.
It's really hitting your teeth.
I have sensitive teeth. I'm a sensitive girl.
I'm just a girl.
I'm literally just a girl.
I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl. Ooh, it's like bubblegum flavor now.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay, I'm not gonna give you like the content of this secret, but I will tell you that I do know what slime is made of.
Okay.
I managed to get it out of somebody, and I will not say their name to protect
Protect their job.
the aforementioned person, but I do know what slime is made of.
All of it, like the the famous Nickelodeon slime, you could make it.
I mean, if I could source the materials, yeah.
A lot of people for many, 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 many
I need to start
years-
watching my back now that I've said that. I'm like, have I just put myself in
A
danger?
Nickelodeon hitman's
like a
out for
drone
you.
strike, yeah.
A lot of people have asked that
Oh, yeah.
to everyone for
yeah.
years and years and years.
Oh, I know.
How did you get it out of them?
I worked with somebody who worked with slime for a very long time, and I had a good relationship with
I
that
had a good
person. And
relationship.
I said, I will not tell anybody, and this person trusted me, and I have not told anybody. So,
Have you told Max?
yeah, I probably told Max. I probably told. But that doesn't count. That doesn't count. See, you keep
probably
lulling
don't.
me into a false sense of security with this like lovely conversation and making me forget about this.
That you're doing this.
Thanks.
Yep.
I really am not playing this up for the camera.
No, I know.
Did you like test all of these before you started the show?
Oh my god, I went through some that, like every candy ever you could buy that was sour, I've ate them all. Swear, every candy you can think of that's sour.
I'm so sorry.
People don't even know. Well, you can't get this in America, but.
An actor prepares.
An actor prepares you right now.
Mom, I want to go home. I'm like salivating. My mouth like knows that I'm about to.
It's fine. Okay. So, for this one, you're going to spill a Thunderman secret, but you have not talked about it. Never, ever. Okay, don't look at me like that. It's the crying. It's the crying for me. Let me know if you need me to redo the the question. Okay. You processed it? Okay. Sometimes people don't listen to me when I'm talking, when they have the candy. It's kind of rude.
That was a nightmare.
The pink is the worst one of them.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Green would have been better.
Awesome.
But, hey, it's too late. It's too late to go back. It's too late. It's too late. With your strong relationship with slime, I'm surprised you didn't pick the green.
Okay.
Your ring's so pretty.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Nickelodeon's secret, or secret about the show,
About the show. But you haven't done a TikTok about it, you haven't done a reel about it.
like an actual secret.
No trailer talk, none of that. Could be. Did people have beef? Did you secretly date
I
a co-star? Did you hate someone? I'm just kidding. Your people that Phoebe had crushes on because they hired them as the cast.
Yeah.
Who did you have the biggest crush on out of those people?
Well, it's kind of an unfair question because the first, because one of them was my first boyfriend.
Did we know that?
I
Does
think
the public know that?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't talked about it in
Years.
10 years, but yeah, the guy who played the Green Ghoul in the Haunted Thundermans
Who's your first
crossover
boyfriend?
Was my first boyfriend. He was my
And
first
you
kiss.
met because
No, he wasn't
on
my
set.
first kiss, but he was my first boyfriend. Yeah, we met on set.
Who's your first kiss?
Another kid who was on Nickelodeon, but I'm not going to say anything else. I'm not gonna go any further than that because people would be shocked if they knew. It's not Jack.
Did you date him?
No.
Just kiss?
He was just my first kiss. And funny enough, it was the same week as I met the guy who became my first boyfriend.
Love was in the air.
Big week for me at 16. But yeah, no, that was my first love. We dated from, I was like 16 to 18 or whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the last day on set, he was like, we should hang out more. And I was like, yeah, right. No guy has ever wanted to hang out with me more. Like, that's not my lived experience. And he was like, no, really? And I was like, yeah, okay. And he was like, no, actually, give me your phone number. And I was like, oh, okay, like as a joke. And then
2 years later.
the rest is history.
So the co-stars in between that you had, they set Phoebe up with or whatever.
You really want to know more about this. I'm regretting. I'm feeling.
No, because the fact that
I'm glad that I saved some of my secrets because you are insatiable. I'm just kidding.
No, only because if you think about, like, no one, not a lot of people,
Yeah.
there's a certain amount of people that relate to you, yes.
Yeah.
But dating in your years of 14 to 20, when you're on Nickelodeon, you only have a select market of people to date.
The bigger problem is that they were all Jack's friends.
Oh.
And so there definitely hit a point where he was like, would you stop like being into my friends? And I was like, they're the only boys I know. I don't have any friends outside of this. And I remember being like, God, it's not that big a deal. And now I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, buddy. That must have been weird for you. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to like have your friends and live your life, and I'm just like out here thirsting over all of them. 16, you know?
Yeah.
10
crazy.
years.
That's a big age.
Yeah,
Big age.
a lot has happened in these 10 years. I'm in a much better place now.
Okay, well, you're completely done with Thundermans though, now the movie's done and everything. Well, we can't rule it out. Look at you now.
Oh, well,
you just did a whole movie.
I mean, watch the movie and tweet Paramount and Nickelodeon and be like, more please, and I'll say yes.
You will say yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was really hesitant to do the movie because it had been 6 years. Didn't want to mess up the legacy of the show, and like I had put all of that in the past and all of my personal baggage, and I was just like, nope, that's a closed chapter. But eventually, you know, found a way to make it feel right. And I'm really glad that we did it, and I'm really proud of it. And now that I'm back in the Thundermans world, I'm like, put me in, coach.
Yeah,
like,
I'll ready.
do 3 more seasons. I'll do 6 more seasons. Like, I'm ready. Let's go. It's so fun. I forgot how fun it is. Like, it is so fun to do multicam sitcom. It is my favorite thing in the world to like go on stage, learn a million lines of dialogue that are constantly changing,
crazy.
and like perform it in front of kids and like make people laugh. And it's the best thing in the world. It's so fun. It is literally being a human cartoon character, and I love it so much. And I don't know I realized how much I missed it because I don't think I
thank God you like.
I don't think I let myself miss it because it's like it's something that you can't really do again once you're done with Disney Nickelodeon, because like adult sitcom doesn't really exist anymore in the way that it used to in like the 50s through the 90s. Like, it doesn't really exist anymore. So yeah, I missed it and I want to do more of it. So please watch the movie. I hope you like it.
Oh, I think people are gonna watch the movie.
I mean,
I think people are gonna be tuning into the movie.
I hope so. I think it's good. I'm proud of it. We worked really hard and I think people will like it. So hopefully more Thundermans. We'll see.
You don't know a date, or the public doesn't know.
Public doesn't know.
You can't say it.
But March. It comes out in March.
This, 2024.
Yeah, this March.
Wow.
And that's a pretty small window. It's only 4 weeks
Yeah.
in which it could be. So
Okay.
no number yet, but it will
People
be
are gonna
March.
die. People are gonna
It
be
will
so
be
excited.
March. Keep your eyes peeled. There's a lot of special effects because it's like superpowers every literally 4 seconds.
Then compared to now, like technology was still good, but now
Yeah, well, and
the
not to mention,
it's so good.
They really, Paramount Plus really wanted to elevate the special effects and make it feel like a movie. And it was really important to me to make it feel like the TV show.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to make like a totally different thing than what we originally made. Which that whole conflict is why I became an executive producer. Because that was like the thing that I felt very strongly about.
It's your
I was
baby.
Like, yeah, I was like, it needs to be multicam, there needs to be a laugh track, it needs to feel like the show. And then let's also work together to elevate it so it also feels like a movie.
Yeah.
And then that was where like the heightened special effects and everything else came in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't seen the final product. So
The premiere's gonna be huge.
hopefully, yeah,
Yeah.
premiere should be fun. And then my friends also want to do like a rowdy screening in my apartment. Like my 6 best friends just want to like come over and like turn it into a drinking game and have a really nice time with it. So I'll probably watch it twice at least.
many times.
2 more times.
And then all the clips that are gonna pop on TikTok, you're gonna have to watch all those.
I will say it's been like 3 months since I've watched the last cut, and I won't see the next one until the premiere in 2 months. So like 5 months is a good break. It's enough time to kind of forget and be like, oh yeah, that was funny.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I mean, the biggest thing I think is just people are gonna like love seeing the kids grown up.
Oh my God, yes.
Because like you met them at Kids' Choice,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Addison and Diego
Insane.
and Maya, you know.
The Maya comments, they were just like, she's a beautiful girl.
Yeah, it's like it's
so it's
not,
like she aged so well.
It's not only that she grew up; it's that she grew up into the most beautiful human being who's ever existed, and not just pretty, but like she doesn't know she's pretty. Like she's kind
and she's
she's
cool.
sweet, and she's cool as hell,
Like,
bro.
she's cool.
She's so cool. She was like teaching me TikTok stuff, and like she's just like a soccer player.
Like, okay,
so
she's perfect, so she just
cool.
literally grew up to be perfect. Great.
I know, she's
Love that.
so cool. And honestly, like, so are Addison and Diego. Like, I'm like almost intimidated when I hang out with them because I like want them to like me. They're like,
I'm cool, guys.
they're just
cool.
like a little bit Gen Z to where I'm like, look, I'm in that weird Zillennial phase where I'm like Gen Z millennial crossover, but they feel very Gen Z to me where I'm like, I hope you think I'm cool. But I love them. I love them so much.
It's gonna be great, and people are gonna be very happy to see
I
it.
hope so.
Okay, how was Pucker Up?
Absolutely pucked.